baby. Finally, live. Oh my God, I feel like it's been forever since I've been on here. The holidays, I tell you what. And that's one of the reasons I am here today, because I am here to reconnect with you and to talk to you about, holy shit, let's get through the holidays. And so I have all of these special live trainings for you, straight from my home office. And I'm really excited to share them with you because I'm going to be sharing them from right now, about a week or so out of, away from, I guess 2 weeks now almost, out of Thanksgiving and deep into the holiday season, weeks away from Christmas and New Year's and all the crazy. And I have a lot of amazing trainings that I want to share with you that will really serve you during this time, so that way you can keep your sanity and you can really start to learn like the basics that you can do. Oh my goodness, Penny, let me say hi to Penny. Yay, Penny! Girl, you owe me a phone call. Let's get on the phone, girl. Let's get on the phone and talk. Okay, so what I want to start with today, though, is I want you to get where I've been in my life, and so you can understand maybe how my journey is a little bit maybe like yours, right? So, or maybe not. I don't know. We're going to see. But let me tell you, it's been a long road, because I started in the world of fitness and nutrition. I started in the world, my degrees in Kines. I studied holistic nutrition. I went to Bowman College to study holistic nutrition. I studied it in college. I even studied eating psychology. So like, who am I as an eater, right? Yes, I love it, Penny, you do. Let me say hi to Teresa really quick. I love seeing all you beautiful faces on here. So I'm here to tell you that after learning all of the knowledge that everybody tells you about losing weight and getting healthy, and you've got to join a gym, and you've got to count your macros, and you got to count your calories, and you got to do all the crazy shit. And I knew it. I was an expert. I had a really big fitness company and so many people are my Facebook friends now, and that I'm still totally connected to in Silicon Valley. I had 5 locations, and it was a very successful fitness company from the outside in terms of getting, marketing and great workouts and things like that. But on the inside of my soul, I was dying, because the only solution I was able to offer is count your calories, follow this meal plan, and exercise your ass off, and then you'll lose weight and you'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel better in your body. You'll have more confidence. And that was kind of the route that I took. And what was so hard about it is that I would preach that, and then I would go home at night and I couldn't, I don't want to say I couldn't control, but there would be nights where I didn't care. I would just have like a tub of ice cream. Who cared? Or I would have like a stressful day. And then the next thing I knew, I was like, running through the Starbucks drive-through to get like some kind of a sugar thing. I definitely had like a sugar addiction for sure at that point in my life. And my answer was always to bear down and go back on a diet and exercise really hard. And especially with the new year right around the corner, there's a real sense inside of me that maybe you're in that space too. You're kind of like, well, fuck it, it's, we're 3 weeks in, I'm already numbing out, I'm already not paying attention, I'm already overeating and going to parties, and I can't even think about it right now, and there's so much alcohol and the drinking and the parties and the fun. You know what? I'll just deal with it later, like always, and then we end up right back where we started. And it doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't have to be that way, but let me get back to my story. So, oh my gosh, this was back in 2011 where it finally hit me. Thank you for all the hearts, by the way, y'all. It's really great to see everybody here. Jennifer's here, and Lindsay's here, and Teresa's here, and Penny's in the house. I love it. Love seeing y'all here. But the point I'm making here is that it hurt bad enough inside, because not only was I watching my clients, they would start to get results. Why? Because metabolically speaking, moving your body more and changing what you eat and eating less, you will start to lose weight. This is how come diets, why they seemingly work, right? It's why whenever you join a gym and you start to pay a little bit more attention, it seemingly works for a little bit. And then my clients would disappear, and I wouldn't see them for 6 months, or I wouldn't see them for a few months, or I wouldn't see them for a year or something like that. And the next thing I knew, they'd come back and they'd put the weight back on, and they'd it was really frustrating. So I was paralleling what was going on with my client's life, where I also was struggling in this moment. And I remember I had just moved to San Francisco. It was a really challenging, hard time in my life. I just broken up with my fiance, which is a whole other story. This was, I mean, at this point, we're talking like 8 years ago now, 8.5 years or something like that. I was alone in my apartment in San Francisco with my cat, and I was eating yet another brownie sundae, and just sitting on the fucking kitchen floor by myself crying. And I'm just like, this is so painful. I hate this. And I knew at that moment that everybody that's talking about how great their diet is and how great their fitness is and their program and join a gym and do this, they're just offering a Band-Aid solution. Like, it's Band-Aid. And Band-Aids work. If you've got like a little scrape right here and you're like, God damn it, I got a little scrape, you put a Band-Aid on it, it's gonna help maybe with the healing. But when the wounds are deeper, and I know we hate to talk about this. Who wants to talk about wounds? Who wants to talk about emotional drama or trauma or things like that, or you know, mindset stuff? Who wants to talk about that, right? We just want a quick Band-Aid to fix things. I get it. I totally get it. But the problem is that they don't work. And they don't work for the long run. That's also the other problem. Is it can work for a short period of time, but unless you've actually gone in and excavated. So, you know, one thing I like to say is you can't fix a bullet hole with a Band-Aid, right? Because a bullet hole goes a lot deeper. Like, you got to go in and kind of remove the bullet, don't you? Like, isn't that pretty much what you do if, like, you've been hit, you know, with a bullet? And the exercise and the fitness programs, they're Band-Aids. So we've got to be able to do the deep work. And I didn't know any of this conceptually at the time, but in 2011, I just knew that I was never going to go on another diet again, ever. And if somebody tried to sell me to go on a diet, I would just flip them off. And if I was even grocery shopping and I got a thing of food that thought that it was like diet food or something that like I'm thinking, okay, I will lose weight if I eat this food, I literally put it back on the shelves. I wouldn't have any part of it. And because I was also abusing exercise, meaning that I was I love fitness. I think exercising is a very good thing. But when you're using it specifically to lose weight, when you're trying to use it and overuse it, what it ends up doing is kind of messing with your body, and it messes up your hormones, and it messes up your stress hormones and all the stuff whenever you're overdoing it. So at the time, I'm like, you know what? There are plenty of people on this planet who are right-sized, who are in their body that they love, who still eat like dessert and exercise normally. Like, they move their body, but they're not like crazy about it. They're not like psycho athletes, right? I know these people exist. And so that was the first decision that I made. It was a really powerful, like, this is my first step. I don't know what's going to come of this, but dieting is out the door, and exercising for any other reason but to feel good in my body, to feel connected and alive and vibrant. If I'm going to exercise because I think I'm going to lose weight, I'm not going to do it. So for instance, a lot of personal trainers will talk about how many calories you burn with a workout, or you'll get on a piece of treadmill or a piece of cardio equipment and it'll tell you how many calories you burn. And it's like, it's so defeating, right? Does anybody else think that's defeating? Like, you get on the thing and you burned like 100 calories. You're like, motherfucker, like, I can eat 100 calories in like 2 scoopfuls of something. And then it, oh my God. So it's like, we have to ixnay all of that shit. And that was a big first step for me. And I think the other thing that I want you to hear, I think the most important thing that I want you to hear is that I knew it was possible. I didn't know how at that moment. I didn't know, because like all of my expertise said macros and count your calories and eat less and exercise more and do this particular high intensity interval training exercise and do this, and that's going to get you where you want to go. Like, I had all the fucking expertise. I had the degrees, I had the certifications, I had all of that, but it wasn't the answer. It was the answer for a short period of time, but it didn't stick. And how many of us go on and we have such hope in somebody's fucking fitness or diet program, and then it ends up like not working? And maybe it worked for a month, or maybe it worked for 2 months, or maybe it worked for a year, but then like something happened in your life where maybe you went through a breakup. Maybe somebody important to you died in your life. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe the stress of like having your kids being in college is so overwhelming. Like these are big life things. And these are actually the things that whenever we learn how to heal the way that we're able to feel our feelings. Let me say that again. When we're able to heal the ways in which we are able to feel our feelings, then that usually is the magic pill that allows us to live a life that feels like we can go choose the foods that are healthier, or we can get to the gym because it feels good, and we have more empowering parts of us that can do that. So again, my journey started in 2011, but it started with me saying no to dieting for the rest of my life. And it started with me saying no to like crazy exercise promises that promised me the world. And there's more to it than that. And so anyhow, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And from that place, that's when I didn't know what the answer was, but I knew I was going to find the answer. I knew it was out there. And I think that's, again, like, let me just keep tying this in. This is the important shit. Like, I didn't know how, but I was going to fucking find the answer. That type of mindset, the kind of mindset that says, I don't know how I'm going to fix this, but I'm going to figure it out. And I already know it didn't work. I've been watching what hasn't worked. I've been doing what doesn't work over and over. I'm not going to do that bullshit anymore. I was like a promise to myself that I was going to do this. And so the next steps for me were, at the time I lived in San Francisco, so I got really into yoga and meditation. So the only way I was able to get into yoga was to find this amazing teacher who like pretty much like, I can't even explain it. She was just amazing, beyond amazing. So that was helpful to get into yoga. Like if you have a good teacher, the likelihood of you being able to stick out yoga if you're not really like a yoga person. Now I'm like a total crazy freakazoid yoga person, but if you're not that person, you really got to find somebody who you can resonate with, who you can listen to, who's going to like really just hit you like in your heart and in your soul. And then I started meditating a lot. So in San Francisco, there's a ton of meditation groups, and there was a Friday night meditation group. This is what I literally did on Friday nights. I was going to Dharma Punks every Friday night, and it was like, I think like almost an hour meditation and then like a 30, 45 minute talk after, and then we'd all go like have some food or something like that. The other thing I did is I started working a 12-step program. I'm a grateful member of Al-Anon, and if anybody knows anything about Al-Anon, it's because I'm like surrounded by addicts and alcoholics in my life. So that just, I gotta say, for anybody who struggles with food and struggles with your body, there's probably a really great 12-step program out there for you. I highly recommend that. So that was where I started my journey. And then from there, I just started to go deeper. I started learning about trauma and trauma resolution and eating psychology and really putting together the ways that I work with my clients now. And so what I want you to take away here is that it's totally possible to do this. It's totally possible to, and in my opinion, starting this now in the holiday season, like right now, not New Year's, not in 3 weeks, but like now, to start to change your relationship with food and start to change your relationship with your body, because now's the time to do it. New Year's, it's actually like everybody's on board to like eat clean and all of a sudden your head's on straight, but it's totally different when you can come from a different place and know that you can enjoy the holidays, you can eat what you want, you can have the experiences that you want, and you can still feel these levels of deeper connection to your own body, and you can actually either maintain your weight or even lose weight. I have one client that I'm working with right now. We just had a session last week, and she basically pretty much lost her shit in massive celebrations when we got on the phone, because the last time I had talked to her was the week before Thanksgiving, and we had kind of set up some strategies, and she basically ate out every single night. She was staying at her in-laws, which they basically make the worst food on the planet, she said. Like it's not even like healthy. It's like canned stuff from conventional grocery stores. And she was struggling with that. She was struggling that she wasn't going to have control of her environment. And we went through all these processes to calm her down, to get her to relax into the moment and all this great stuff. And also she didn't have a regular workout routine, and she is literally in a place of trying to get into her right size body, working on her mindset, working on her ability to feel it so she can heal it, so her emotional life and also her physical life. Like we're doing all three at the same time, right? She shows up and she literally was like, I can't even believe it. I stepped on the scale. I weigh exactly the same, and I just started my period today. And if all you women that are listening know that that's like a big deal, right? So, wow. And that's the possibility. You literally can go through the holiday season and feel this. You don't have to fucking wait till January. You really don't. And she's not depriving herself. She went out to eat every day. They had desserts with all of their meals. It's not about deprivation. That is not the wound. That is not the bullet hole. What you think that you have to do, the starvation, the deprivation, it's not. It's the Band-Aid, and it's not even a good Band-Aid. That's like the shittiest Band-Aid you could ever put on. So I want to encourage you all to know, if you're listening to this today, I'm going to be doing these trainings all the way through the new year, And if you're ready to start now, if you know that you're in a place where you're like, God damn it, yes, I don't want to wait till the New Year's to start like just coming into a right relationship with my body and start to have the tools and strategies where you can start to actually expand your capacity to feel your feelings, expand your capacity to feel emotions in your body in a big way that don't knock you kind of off track, and actually have tactics that don't include count your macros, drink my shakes or else you can't lose weight, work out, 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like if you want like practical things like that don't completely override your whole life, then stay here with me. I'm going to be here inside of I'm inside of a bunch of different places. I'm inside of my business page right here, and also my free private Facebook group, my Love It to Lose It global community right here. And I'm over here, I'm up in my profile, my private friends Facebook page. Why? Because that seems to get a lot more traction these days. So I don't understand Facebook algorithms to save my fucking life, to be quite honest with you. So it's really good to see everybody. I've been a little under the weather and I'm finally feeling good again. And I'm so happy to be here with everybody. Welcome to my world. I am happy to be here of service and to just help you get through this holiday season. I experienced it when I started to get sick 2 weeks ago. Like I was sick. Blah. And when that happens, it's like everything just feels like shit. And then I was able to come right out of it. You know what I mean? I didn't let it just turn into like comfort food, drama, and then just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna screw everything up for the next 6 weeks and I'll just start over in January. So it doesn't have to be that. And if you're already down that road, it doesn't have to be that way. Like you can stop right now. Very, 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 very exciting. So DM me, send me a message via Facebook, let me know what's going on, and go, hey, like, let's get on the phone. Let's just have a conversation. This is what I'm doing. This is like what I do. I've been doing it since I was 18. This has been my career and my path. But I will say that like the level of transformation from the emotional standpoint, from a trauma release standpoint, and from like a mindset standpoint, that's been over the last 5 years very, very, very powerful. And I had to sell my fitness company. Like I had to stop, kill that shit. I want to get to the truth of the deeper things that are going on underneath. And that's what we'll do here together, okay? So thank you guys for coming. Super excited. Again, really quick, the last thing that I want you to get here is that I didn't know the how. I just knew that the old way didn't work anymore. I finally figured out that dieting doesn't work for me, and over-exercising and going crazy. Like, who the fuck has time for that? Like, Penny, who was here, Penny's a lawyer. She's got kids. Like, all the lawyers I know, man, you guys are freaking busy. Do you have time to get to the gym 2 hours a day and never go out to eat and like have to plan all your food and count your macros and count your calories? No, who wants to live that way, y'all? That is why this time of the year is the best time to get your ass on board to learning a different way, okay? So free trainings all season long, all the way through the new year. I'm very excited. You have the opportunity to become a Love It to Lose It founding member. This is the last time that you will get to do it, but the whole system is switched around a little bit. So, mwah, mwah, yay, loving y'all. I will see you next time. Thanks for coming. Send me a DM. Just drop me a DM and go, yo, Audra, let's talk. It's really that simple. All right? See you later, guys. Bye. Let me hit the end button. Okay, here we go.